Oh my God. Bob Arum does a brand new interview. When asked if Fury Joshua is going to happen, he is now saying he bets that it won't happen next. We're going to talk about all that and more on this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Let me jump right into it. Link in the description. Ring Magazine, ringtv.com has an interview with Bob Arum. And man, it's looking bad. I told you it's going to be a bad year for old media. It's going to be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing if my burger alarm starts ringing, right? So bet on us. EGOSTRADAMUS looks like he's about to strike again. Well, that's according to this latest interview with Bob Arum, who is now flip-flopping. He's spending time with Fury. This is a recent picture of them on a PJ or whatever. And now he's saying that Fury versus Joshua, he doesn't presume it would happen next. Let's get through this. Bob Arum calls Eddie Hearn a desperado and would now bet Fury Joshua won't happen. Uh-oh. One more week, mate. Let me punch in so you guys can really get the full effect. If you love what I'm doing and the accurate information that I am providing, smash the like button. That does help the channel. You know, if this is your first time hearing my voice, consider subscribing to my channel. I drop daily content to give you guys the latest and greatest in this beautiful sport, the world of boxing. Let's get into it. Bob Arum says, quote, "If I had to bet whether the Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua fight would happen or not, I would say no," it said the Hall of Fame promoter Arum Wednesday afternoon, a day after he and Fury went for an arbitration session in California to work on a mediation stemming from a proposed third bout between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. On Tuesday, Arum and Fury jetted to a section of Northern California, Napa County, which is actually extremely close to where I'm at, Bay Area, where the arbitrator for the Fury versus Wilder arbitration has a property, to see if the parties involved can smooth over their differences. I asked Arum point blank, this is the reporter, I asked Arum point blank if things could start segueing from mediation to negotiation. And Arum says, I have highlighted it for you, quote, "A switch to negotiations is possible." And that's not with Joshua, that's with Wilder. He's saying it's possible that they could start negotiating a third fight. But he's still working on the summertime setup for a 32-year-old Fury to battle AJ, but he didn't seem much enthused for how the planning is going and had some harsh words for promoter Eddie Hearn, who is handling planning from AJ's side. This is what Bob Arum says, right? As far as I could see, this whole thing with Eddie Hearn with Fury and AJ taking place in Saudi Arabia is just a mirage, Arum continued. A mirage, you guys know what that is. Like if you're in the desert and you think you see an oasis with water, and then you get closer and it is not a pool of water or an oasis. It was a mirage, like an optical illusion. Arum speculates that Eddie Hearn is feeling the heat because his deal with Anthony Joshua is soon to expire. Quote, "Eddie Hearn is desperate. He has one more fight with AJ and he wants it to be the fight against Tyson Fury. But if a fight against Tyson Fury is delayed to the winter, then AJ has to fight Alexander Usyk, and that's not that big of a fight. Eddie Hearn is a desperado here." Wow. It said, cue the Eagles song. On Thursday, Arum told Ring in a Zoom, it says, with Frank Warren, right? "Eddie's out of time," Arum stated. "Eddie hasn't talked to us for 2 weeks. Note, I emailed Eddie Hearn as well as Shelly Finkel repping Deontay Wilder to see if they wanted to weigh in. Eddie Hearn responded, noting last communication was Friday of last week and we had a long call with the lawyers on Sunday." It's not looking so great. Arum says he's been made aware that Fury's bestie Billy Joe Saunders, who fights Canelo May 8th, isn't that pleased because he feels Hearn is favoring his deal with Canelo as opposed to looking out for Saunders, who is under Matchroom. "There's real animosity now," Arum says, indicating that he's not on the same page with Hearn at the present time in a way that suggests Fury versus Joshua will get firmed up and announced. More complications, Arum said, have to do with the proposed date, August 7th. The date would mean AJ would be without leading and longtime trainer Rob McCracken, who will be helming the Great Britain squad in the Tokyo Olympics. ARUM is dubious that AJ would indeed be all good with the departure from the norm. It sounds like either this will get sorted out quickly or go entirely off the rails and people will pivot to other plans for the first scrap in 2021 for both Tyson Fury and Joshua. Wow. And that's the latest and greatest. So keep in mind, the Wilder, oh my gosh. Bob Arum says Wilder had no legal recourse, but he says, Arum, this was a previous article he did, October 13th of 2020. He said that Wilder had no legal recourse, right? But that article, keep in mind, they just told you that they had to meet with an arbitrator regarding the Wilder thing in Northern California, where I'm at, to see if they could smooth over. So Tyson Fury, like I said, tried to run from the Wilder fight, and this doesn't look good for him. It looks like Wilder and Fury could happen while Joshua and Fury falls apart, which is exactly what I predicted would happen. Bob Arum also did a recent interview where he said he was frustrated with Eddie Hearn, that Eddie Hearn has gone radio silent. And now Bob Arum's throwing Eddie Hearn on the bus, saying he's sweating bullets. He's trying to get Joshua a fight. Look at these articles. Bob frustrated with lack of progress towards Fury Joshua. So he says even Eddie Hearn's company that he just signed a new deal with is reporting this. Bob Arum frustrated. Anthony Joshua Fury fans, go F yourself. So Bob Arum and Frank Warren haven't been making it sound like positive revelations for Joshua Fury. But when I said this, y'all said I was lying, and the fans said 1 more week, mate. And to make that even more messed up, Deontay Wilder is on Instagram, and it looks like he's in great shape and he's ready. So we'll see how this all plays out. It looks like your boy EGOSTRADAMUS is about to strike again. You guys said that Joshua Fury Undisputed was happening and you needed 1 more week, and then they pushed that off 1 more week, and then another month passed. They've been saying Joshua Fury Undisputed for a year. So my thing is this. I told you, if I'm wrong, I'll be the first to admit it. But if I'm right, y'all gonna pay me. $Boxingego, that's my Cash App, you know, for providing you guys the latest and greatest in boxing and, you know, information that actually matters and is accurate. And like I said, what are we going to do when you have people like Eddie Hearn who got the fans excited for a Joshua Fury fight, and it looks like it's like the Dr. Dre tour, nearly up in smoke? Meanwhile, they discounted this man you see on screen, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, oh my God, and said that it was over for him. They made up lies, said he was depressed. They said he didn't want the trilogy with Fury. They said that Wilder was willing to take step-aside money, all types of lies. We never heard Wilder say any of these things. Now he's in shape, he's training. Fury got to see him again. That's what I see. That's what I've been saying. And it does not sound good. Bob Arum and Frank Warren all of a sudden switching their tune. And again, this is the same team that I've told you that said that Wilder had no legal recourse, right? So how did it go from Arum saying Wilder has no legal recourse if the third Fury fight doesn't happen, and Fury also making statements that he would never, Tyson Fury said he would never fight Deontay Wilder for what he said because he accused him of cheating, right? This is what Tyson Fury's team has said and put out in the media. November 9th, Tyson Fury, quote, Wilder will never get a shot at me for what he said. Fast forward to today, Bob Arum is throwing Eddie Hearn on the bus, saying they're tired of waiting. Eddie Hearn's a desperado. He's desperate because Joshua's contract is almost up, and probably because he has this deal with DAZN, and there's not really many people talking about Canelo versus Saunders. In addition, you know, he's saying they sold all these tickets, and these are the people you want to believe. Now Bob Arum is saying, quote, a switch to negotiation with Wilder is possible. Man, It was all good just a week ago. We will see how this plays out. Looks like EGOSTRADAMUS is about to strike again. If you like what I'm doing, smash the like button, Cash App in the description, as well as my other ways to donate and support the channel while we continue to grow and uplift the sport of boxing. Also, use my link for TUBEBUDDY. TUBEBUDDY is an awesome way to level up your YouTube content, get more views, monetize your videos, and make sure they're adequate and searchable. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. It's not looking good for old media. Checkmate. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TUBEBUDDY. I've used TUBEBUDDY for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TUBEBUDDY is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TUBEBUDDY and level up your channel faster. We working.